Hey, Shalom, family, Shalom. All right, Brother Zachariah. All right, I ain't prophesying or nothing, so, I got my hat on. I don't want nobody to be trying to say, oh, man, I ain't bringing out scriptures or nothing. This is just a quick testimony. Like today was very trying. It's hot. It was a hot one, man. And, like, that's why, in the beginning of my lessons, I always talk about, those that go out and they enduring the elements, making their body a living sacrifice. Hey, it's for real, though. It's hot. Well, my testimony is that I got ready. I got my lessons together and everything. And I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was excited. I'm like, yeah, I'm going out. And I got outside, the heat, it was like, woo. But, I'm still like, hey, just enduring, pray. Yahweh Shai, I endure. So I got bottled waters, plenty of water. That's why I always say, Akim, always, get your water. Yeah, make sure you drink plenty of water. Well, make a long story short, I got down to the location that I was going to go at, and there was this homeless Edomite over there, and he was all spread out, laid out. And I'm like, some might say, go ahead and do the lesson there anyways. But, you don't know about some of these homeless people, man. They pull out knives and stuff like that, or cause a bunch of commotion, and I ain't about that. So I went down to the river and found a nice location. I was trying to find a little shade, because this heat, the older you get, and you out in this heat, it ain't good on your body, and I'm pretty much a 40-year-old man, you know what I'm saying? I might look young and sound young, but I'm an old man, so, but, like I said, that's no excuse, and then I come out, do the work. But, I got out there, I got my phone, because I have two phones, I got one that I use, it's my regular phone, but I use it, it has internet access. So I use that to pull up scriptures, articles, and things like that. Well, the other one, it don't have service, but it's I could record on it, So I'm like, I use that bad boy, and that's what I use to do my videos. I'm guessing I had the phone still on from last week, and I never turned it off, because I usually charge it up and then I turn it off, but I guess I left it on. So I got out there, I turned on the phone, and it just shut off. And I'm like, what? So I kept messing with it. And then finally I got to look and see, and it was down, it was pretty much at 0. So it went right back out. So I was like, are you kidding me? I had my garment on. I was just, I was drinking my water, had my notes and everything laid out. I was getting ready to do my highways and byways. And so, and I don't have a car, so I had to walk. I was walking down to the location, so I walked a couple miles and everything, and I'm out in this heat. So I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I had to go all the way back home to charge my phone, and it took, it's at 0, so it took forever to charge. So I'm home, and I pretty much just I can't back out. I got my fan on, I'm in the AC, drinking water. And I'm just like, man, I was kind of mad, because I was like, man, but maybe Yahweh Shimon Shai, all that happened for a reason, because he was like, it was so hot out there, maybe go out a little later, and, where you can cool, where it's starting to cool down. Like, it's a lot cooler now. And, so, I mean, it was a blessing, but I was all mad because, like I said, I was excited coming out. I didn't even let the heat bother me, even though it was hot. But yeah, it's just a little testimony, man, and just showing you, sometimes just have patience. Everything happens for a reason. But I was just like, man, and this heat is on a whole nother level. Like, I don't know, man. It's like a whole different level of heat. When you're out in it, it's just like you immediately just start drenching and sweating and stuff like that. And when I got home, I was like soaked from just sweating, man. It's just so hot. But, everything happens for a reason. I let my phone charge up till it got to about like 91%. I wasn't gonna wait for 100, but I was just wanting to make sure I had enough on there and then get out here so I can do my lessons, because I had 2 lessons I was planning to do on the highways and byways, and then maybe if the spirit led, maybe we'll get into another one or something. But I had those lessons and everything together, and I'm just glad it worked out, where I was able to do it. So I'm pretty much heading home now after doing my highways and byways. But yeah, I went out earlier with the intent on knocking those out. And man, so now I think it's always like, I don't know how some of you other brothers do your videos, but if you ever if you got 2 phones or something, you got one that you're using to record, and then one to film. And see, I could have just used my one phone, but I have a lot of my articles and notes in there, so it would beat the purpose. I wouldn't be able to record and pull up my notes and stuff, so it'd just be tacky. So I was like, man, I had to come all the way back just to charge that phone, but it is what it is. Like I said, Yahweh Shai knew what he was doing. He was like, go back out there when the weather's a little bit more pleasant on your body. So I'm grateful for that. But yeah, I just wanted to share that testimony with you guys. But when you're out there, just make sure that you're drinking plenty of water, because you got to stay hydrated out here, man. It ain't no joke. That heat, man. It almost put me out. Especially being an older man. You know what I'm saying? This heat, man. It's not no joke. But like I said, I didn't want to be long or nothing. Just wanted to share this little testimony. I just thought it was funny, man. Like I said, I started off heated because I'm like, man, I got to go all the way back home, and I can't even tell you how many miles that is. Because I live quite a distance from my place to the river. Which I went downtown, and like I said, I had this one location because a couple of my locations have been compromised. I had one location that I was doing my highways and byways, and these Christians keep popping up over there, and they always come up trying to offer me food and stuff. And I told them, look, I'm a minister like you, you know what I'm saying? Which, I ain't nothing like them, but I was just saying it. And so I said I was a minister, and they just looked me up and down because, according, to, we don't look like ministers to them, because we got the beards, the crazy beards, and we look like, we from the hood and all this stuff. So that's they look at us up and down, our appearance. So we don't look like men of the Lord to them. But I started, talking to them, and I'm bringing out all kinds of precepts and stuff, and they were just like, their eyes were big, and they was like gone. But it was crazy because when I came back to that location, there was like a little table over there to where, I could place my things and stuff. It was gone. So that whole little area had been compromised. And I'm like, man, I feel like they had something to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they was like, they seen me over there doing my lessons, and they kept coming over there every Saturday. I was posted up over there. So that was one of my locations. And then the other one got compromised as well. They got all kinds of cameras and stuff up. Indiana, this place is real racist anyways. I try to be mindful and find places to where, you might be able to interact with people, but also be mindful because the police around here, they'll harass you and tell you, hey, you can't be here and all that kind of stuff. And I try to avoid all that, because if anything, if I'm not able to approach people heads on like that, at least, these videos go up on YouTube, and, that people might come across your videos. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not always being hands-on. It might just be, hey, you doing these videos and these lessons, and, they reach people, on the internet. Someone from, it could be from a whole nother country and come across your video and get edified, So that's something, But yeah, I just wanted to share that, man. I just thought it was kind of crazy, but it's definitely, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Bashir Shai, man, he's on our side and fighting for us. And we just got to be patient, He knew it was on my heart, man. Like I said, I was excited to come out and do the lesson. But it was like, man, to get all the way down there and the phone wasn't even charged. It literally was on 0. So, I'm just glad that I was able to get it charged, get back out and do the work, because, like I said, it's on my spirit. I enjoy doing it. I don't feel like it's a hassle or I'm being forced to, and I think that's the mindset we have to have, be joyful when you're doing the work. All right. So shalom, y'all.